Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I am really happy you are here today. Before we start, I want to ask you something. How are you feeling right now? Not on the outside, on the inside. Are you okay? Really okay? Because sometimes life gets hard. Not once in a while, not rarely. It happens to all of us. Every single person. You wake up tired, you feel lost, you carry something heavy inside, and you don't know what to do with it. These moments are real. They are painful, and they are completely human. But here is something important. Most people go silent in hard moments. They don't know what to say, not to others, and not to themselves. They search for the right words, but they find nothing, so the pain just sits there, getting heavier every single day. Today, we are going to change that. In this lesson, we will learn simple English phrases, real phrases, honest phrases, phrases you can say to yourself on a hard morning, on a heavy day, on a day when nothing feels right. These phrases will not fix everything, but they will help. They will give your feelings a name. They will remind you that you are still here, still strong, still moving forward. You don't need perfect English for this. You just need to show up. And you already did. So take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin together. Part 1. Phrases for when you feel overwhelmed. Overwhelmed, this is a big feeling. It means too much at one time, too many problems, too many decisions, too many things to do, and not enough energy. When this happens, the mind stops working well. Everything feels impossible. Nothing moves forward. You just feel stuck. These phrases will help you in that moment. This is a lot right now, and that is okay. Say this slowly. This is a lot right now, and that is okay. This phrase does something important. It says, yes, yes, this is hard. Yes, this is too much. And then it adds two small words. That is okay, because it is okay. Hard moments are allowed. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to hide. I do not need to solve everything today. Read this again. I do not need to solve everything today. When we feel overwhelmed, we try to fix everything at once, but that is impossible. Nobody can do that. This phrase gives your mind permission, but permission to slow down, to focus on just one thing, just one, not everything, just one. I will take this one step at a time. One step, not 10 steps, not the whole journey. Just one step. This phrase slows your mind down. It reminds you of something true. Every big problem is made of small problems, and small problems can be solved one at a time, slowly, carefully. It is okay to feel this way. It will not last forever. Two truths. Together, first truth, it is okay to feel this way. Your feelings are real. They are valid. Don't fight them. Second truth, it will not last forever. Every hard feeling passes, every single one, in your whole life. Every painful moment eventually ended. This one will too. I am doing the best I can right now. Read this carefully. I am doing the best I can right now. Not the best possible, not perfect, just the best you can, with the energy you have today, with what you have right now. That is always enough, always. Part 2. Phrases for when you want to give up. There is a moment on every hard journey when you think, maybe I should stop. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe it is too late. This moment is not the end, but it feels like the end. These phrases will help you stay. I have come too far to stop now. Think about this. Look back for just one moment, not to feel sad, but to remember, every step you took was real, every try was real, every hard day you survived was real. You are not at the beginning anymore. You are somewhere in the middle, and the middle is the hardest part, but it is also the part closest to the other side. Hard moments are part of every journey. Every journey, not some journeys. Every single one. When things get hard, the mind says something wrong. It says, this is a sign that you chose the wrong path, a sign that you are not capable. But that is not true. Difficulty is not a sign of the wrong path. It is simply part of any path. Worth walking. I will rest, but I will not quit. This is very important. Retting is not quitting. They are different things. Taking a break is not failure. Stopping for one day is not giving up. It is wisdom. This phrase gives you permission, Dapprenzer, to rest, Dapprenzer, to recover, and then come back, then return. That is strength, not weakness. Just one more try, only one. When quitting feels easy, this phrase makes continuing feel small, not forever, not a big commitment. Just one more try, one more honest attempt. Very often, that one more try is the one that changes everything, not because it is perfect, just because it happens. This difficulty is teaching me something. Hard experiences teach real things, things that easy days cannot teach. You cannot see the lesson yet. That is okay. It is still forming, quietly, underneath everything. One day you will look back, and you will understand why this hard moment was necessary. Part 3. Phrases for when you feel like you are not enough. This feeling is very common and very painful. The feeling that you are less than, that everyone else has something you don't, that no matter what you do, it is never quite right. These phrases gently challenge that feeling. I am enough exactly as I am today. Not the future version of you, not the version with more confidence, not the version with more success. This version, today, right now, with all the unfinished parts, with all the imperfections. You are already a complete person, not a project, not a problem to fix, a complete human being. I do not need to be perfect to be worthy. Worthy means deserving good things, and you don't need to be perfect for that. You were worthy before any achievement. You are worthy on bad days, on slow days, on days when nothing gets finished. Perfection is not the requirement. Just being here is enough. I am still learning, and that is good. A person who is still learning has not given up on themselves. That is something to be proud of. Learning means you are still trying, still growing, still moving. Most people stop learning because learning feels uncomfortable. But you are still here, still trying. That takes real courage. My value is not about what I produce. Modern life teaches a wrong lesson. It says your worth equals your work. Your worth equals your results. But that is not true. You had value as a small child, before you produced anything. You have value on tired days, on sick days, on quiet days when nothing happens. Your value is not a number. It is not a result. It is simply you. Comparing myself to others shows me nothing true. Every comparison is unfair. You see your whole inner life, every doubt, every fear, every difficult morning, and you compare it to the outside of someone else's life, their best moments, their chosen presentation. That is not real information. It tells you nothing accurate, nothing worth believing. Part 4. Phrases for when you are waiting. Sometimes the hardest part is not the problem itself. It is the waiting, the space between where you are and where you want to be, the long, quiet, uncertain middle. These phrases help you survive the wait. Good things take time. I am still in the process. Process is not a bad place to be. It is where real growth happens. The result gets all the attention, but the process is where the person is built. You are in the process right now. That is not a lesser place. That is the essential place. Things are moving even when I cannot see it. Some progress is invisible. A seed growing underground cannot be seen from above, but it is growing quickly. Every single day, your effort is the same. You cannot always see it moving. But it is trust that not yet is not the same as never. This small phrase carries big relief. When something has not happened yet, the mind says, it will never happen. But that is wrong. Not yet simply means the timing is not now. It does not tell you about tomorrow. Never is a final answer. Not yet is just a current location. I can want more and still be grateful now. These two feelings can live together. You can deeply appreciate what you have and also genuinely want more. Gratitude does not mean stop wanting. Ambition does not mean stop appreciating. Both are honest. Both are allowed. At the same time, inside the same person. My timeline belongs to me. Other people's schedules are not your standard. Someone else's age of success tells you nothing about yours. Life does not follow one timeline. Different people, different journeys, different timing. Your timeline is yours, completely. And it is valid, exactly as it is. Part 5. Phrases for when someone you love is struggling. Sometimes the hard moment is not yours. It belongs to someone you love, and you want to help, but you don't know what to say, so you say nothing. But silence in that moment can feel like abandonment. These phrases help you show up. I am here. You are not alone. This is the most powerful thing you can say. Not advice, not solutions, just presence. I am here. You are not alone. These words tell the person, you are not invisible. Someone sees you. Someone is staying. I don't have all the answers, but I am listening. Honesty is more comforting than pretending to know everything. When someone is struggling, they rarely need solutions. They need someone to listen, really listen. This phrase removes the pressure. You don't need to fix anything. Just listen. That is enough. What you are feeling makes complete sense. This phrase is medicine. When someone is in pain, they often feel that their reaction is wrong, too much, too emotional. This phrase says, no, your feeling makes sense. Given what you are going through, that simple acknowledgement changes everything. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Hard things take time to understand. That is normal. This phrase removes the pressure. The person does not need to recover quickly. They do not need to perform strength. They can take the time they need, without rushing, without explanation. I believe in you, even today. Hard days steal self-belief first. Before anything else, difficult moments take away trust, trust in your own capability. Hearing someone else hold that belief, even creates just enough light to keep moving. Part 6. Phrases for difficult mornings. The morning sets the tone, not because mornings are magical, but because the first thoughts of the day follow you the longest. On hard days, those first thoughts are dark, heavy, discouraging. Before the day even starts, the mind has already decided. These phrases interrupt that pattern. Today, I only need to show up. That is the whole requirement. Not perform, not succeed, not impress anyone. Just arrive. Be present in your own life for one more day. That is the entire goal on difficult mornings. And it is always, always achievable. I don't need to feel ready. I just need to begin. Motivation comes and goes. You cannot always wait for it. This phrase removes the dependency. You don't need to feel excited. You don't need to feel strong. You just need to take one small action. Feeling follows doing, not the other way around. Something good can happen today. This is not forced happiness. It is honest possibility on any given day. Something unexpectedly good can arrive, a kind word, a small moment of peace, a tiny breakthrough. This phrase simply asks you to leave the door open just a little. I survived every hard day before this one. This is not encouragement. This is evidence, real evidence. Every hard morning in your past, ended. Every difficult day you thought you couldn't survive. You survived. Every single one. That is not a small fact. That is proof. Use it. Today, I will be gentle with myself. Gentleness is not weakness on hard days. Being gentle with yourself is the most productive choice because harshness does not create energy. It removes it. Set this intention every difficult morning, one small honest intention to treat yourself the way you would treat someone you truly love. Part 7. Phrases for when life feels unfair. Sometimes life is not fair. This is not pessimism. This is honesty. Good people face hard things. Effort does not always bring the expected result. And in those moments, the feeling of unfairness is real. It is valid. These phrases do not pretend otherwise. They simply help you continue. I cannot control what happened. I can control what I do next. The past is closed. What happened, happened. No amount of replaying it changes that, but the next moment is still open. And inside that moment, you have real power, the power of your next choice. That power is always yours. My response belongs to me. Nobody can take that. Circumstances can take many things, but they cannot take one thing, the space between what happens and how you respond. That space is always yours, and inside that space lies your real freedom. This is not the whole story. This is just one chapter. Hard chapters feel permanent from the inside, but you are not reading the whole book yet. You are inside one chapter, a difficult one, but chapters end. New ones begin. The story continues. Beyond this page, and what comes next has not been written yet. Other people's choices say nothing about my worth. When someone treats you badly, the mind turns inward. What does this say about me? But another person's behavior tells you about them, their choices, their limitations, their fears, not your value. Nothing outside of you can measure that. I am choosing to keep going, and that says everything. Continuing in the face of unfairness requires real character, not ignoring the pain, not pretending it does not hurt, but choosing to move anyway. That choice reveals something true about you, something permanent, something worth being quietly proud of. You made it to the end. Take a breath, a real one. That matters. It means you showed up today. Through whatever is happening in your life, you chose to learn. You chose to grow. That is not nothing. That is everything. Look at what you found today. Phrases for when everything feels like too much. Phrases for when quitting feels easy. Phrases for when you feel like you are not enough. Phrases for the long, uncertain wait. Phrases to offer the people you love. Phrases to begin hard mornings gently. Phrases for when life feels unfair. These are not magic words. They will not remove difficulty from your life. Nothing will. And that is not a failure. That is simply being human. But words have weight. The right phrase, at the right moment, creates a small space, and in that space, something important lives, the ability to keep going, not because everything is fine, but because you chose to continue anyway. Practice these phrases. Say them quietly to yourself. Offer them to someone who needs them. Write one in a notebook. Say one on a difficult morning. Before your feet even touch the floor. Language is not just communication. It is how we hold ourselves together when things fall apart. And you, exactly as you are today, deserve words that hold you. Keep going, one phrase at a time, one day at a time, one honest moment at a time. That is always, always enough.